Okay, so I guess I'm a bit of an idiot. In the last episode, I said that we were recorded on April 7th. According to everything else, according to Dave's stuff and the stuff that I had before, it was on the 17th. So the last episode was recorded on the 17th. This episode and the next were all on the 17th of April. The whole recording session was off the rails. We had no track and no real plan. After listening to it, I even realized that I left in some bits where we were deciding what stories to talk about. Sometimes, even though I have a general plan, it's best to feel out the discussion and fit some stories in rather than force them into an already flowing discussion. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we go completely off book and just go geek. That's what we did in this episode. This is part 2 of a 3-part episode recorded on April 17th, 2015. I'm Corey, and with me in this episode were Dave, Renee, Raz, and Destin.
We can say definitively that religions are all bullshit.
Amen, brother.
Well, you know me, I don't buy it to BS.
I get paid to sign.
I don't fit into human nature.
Do not come here, not come here.
What the hell was my point?
Brainstorm.
So you're still not looking forward to the Batman versus Superman movie?
No.
Yeah, that's going to suck.
There's way too many reasons. And it's not just...
Yeah, I thought you would be.
It's not just Ben Affleck. It's every Superman movie ever has sucked.
I enjoyed the last one.
And I get why they sucked, because what can you use for a premise when the guy can do anything? Right? There's a huge write-up on it.
Oh, no.
But he can't do anything. He can just do anything on Earth.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of bad guys in the DC universe. Plus, he gets his ass kicked. Superman gets his ass kicked.
By Batman.
By Batman.
See, that is so not realistic.
Sans kryptonite?
No, with kryptonite. Plus a super suit.
Okay, so it's got the old Deus Ex Machina that allows Batman to not suck around Superman.
Yeah.
I need a microphone.
Like,
You do need a mic.
Like we're doing we're doing something new. We're doing the geek segment early.
Shit? Oh, wow.
You guys have seen the Badman college humor, right?
Unplug the laptop.
When they tried to team up.
I could put myself in there.
When Superman's like, hey, actually, fuck this. Just wait. You guys are going to listen to this. And this is exactly why Superman sucks.
The sound tech is going to join in because he's on my side.
That's fantastic.
Okay, this is going to be like 5 minutes, but it's fucking hilarious.
I know you're here. You can come out.
What do you want, Clark?
It's like this, Bruce. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna ask me to bring you in. Someone with authority. When that happens...
When that happens, Clark, may the best man win.
Bruce, I think it's time we put our differences aside and work together.
What?
What?
I mean, why?
You're Batman.
Yeah, and I have no special powers.
I'm basically just rich and nuts. Rich and nuts.
Bruce, your scientific mind alone.
He's completely useless. But we have a man that bullets literally bounce off of.
Your fighting skills.
My main nemesis is Bane. Basically just a roided out jock with a gas mask, and he straight up broke my back. You could have taken him down with one hand, and with the other hand, you could have just jerked him. Super jerk.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
I unabashedly stole that from College Humor.
Nice. Yeah.
Some people might not know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody who doesn't know at this point.
Anyway, enough about comic books. That's
Dave,
now the
almost
Dave's
made it
now
that
the
time,
Dave's
Dave.
all set.
Dave's almost dialed in.
Yeah.
And so, how's that flat tax proposal coming along?
Wait, no, we're supposed to be arguing about religion and stuff, not about fictional characters with superpowers.
Yeah.
Hey,
See
how's
how
it
they're
going?
related?
Anyway,
Yes, we can hear you. That's good.
how's it going?
Now he's self-conscious.
Okay, so why does Superman not suck?
Okay, I think the new Superman specifically, not that we know a ton about it, but based on the new trailer, which was leaked and I watched, it actually has a lot of really interesting political content. I think it's kind of got Watchmen type vibes to it, as well as The Dark Knight Returns, which is what it's based on.
Yeah,
mostly.
which is fucking awesome.
We're not just gonna get a story about, oh look, there's this big bad guy like Loki, and oh there's these random aliens. Let's fight them. It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, hey, here's some substance about, we have this like savior messiah guy. Why should we be like letting him be who he is? Why does he deserve that kind of credit? Is he actually more of a danger to us than he is actually? Like, there's a lot of those kind of interesting underlying themes that are going to be explored.
Which is something Batman's always kind of had with Superman, even like throughout all of the comics.
Like even the Man of Steel, which I know a lot of people didn't like, even hinted at some of those kinds of themes like from the very beginning of it, and I really loved that. Like, it was kind of actually interesting commentary on like the cynicism of modern comics too. Like Man of Steel was. It was like kind of saying, well, actually, maybe some people can aspire to be good. Maybe we can actually trust some people. Maybe there is heroes. Maybe there's all these things, right? This is going to be like kind of the backlash to that in this next movie.
Right.
What do you expect when the guy had two dads and they're both Robin Hood? That's what you end up with.
Well, but wasn't that one of the points though? Is that like maybe everybody's predetermined destiny is kind of the wrong way to view things. Maybe actually, if under the right circumstances, people can be trusted and thrive. Like that was part of the commentary of Man of Steel, because he came from a society that was completely regimented and completely like controlled.
Everybody ended up in the USA.
Yeah. Well, he ended up. Yes, he did, but he ended up with a very humble family who taught him the right things, right? And it's kind of a commentary about socialization of humans, right? Like that's what it was. Again, like this is the kind of stuff that happens in DC movies, and then the kind of stuff that happens in a lot of Marvel movies is just like, yay action, yay explosions, and it's just like, it's okay. Like I enjoy that, but there's not a lot of substance to think about.
That's why I always think DC movies don't work. DC TV series do.
They work better
because they can delve into that kind of deeper elements.
Mind you, I found the Dark Knight trilogy got a lot of that right. Like,
I
there's some
think
things
so
I
too.
could complain about, but there's a lot more right than there's wrong. That's for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Watchmen was a fantastic film. That was a DC film.
Course,
yeah, don't ask Alan Moore about that though.
Alan Moore doesn't like he doesn't like anything where they touch his shit.
Oh, of course not. I thought V for Vendetta is as flawed as it can be at times.
I think it's a great,
really good film.
Yeah. It's like probably my favorite movie at the moment.
Well, a friend of mine, every 5th of November, he has a Vendetta viewing party.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting one of the authentic posters and like getting a costume and stuff. Like this is the shit. That
last year, one of the guys bought him
shit.
the comic book box set that came with the mask, the Guy Fawkes mask, and everything.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I mean, the history behind Guy Fawkes is kind of whatever. I don't really buy into all that, but
sure.
But as far as like comic book movies and like as far as like cool shit goes, V for Vendetta is awesome.
Oh yeah. Really, really great. There's a lot of things about it. Actually, one of my favorite scenes in that film is when after he's imprisoned Evie, or whatever her name is, and then she finally figures out that it was him, and just her initial reaction is like that kind of like, how would you do this to me? But then when she realizes just how like free she's become from some of the shackles of her, preconceived ideas, like it's just like that. She's out in the rain. That was really powerful stuff, man. Like like that's the kind of stuff that why I like comics is it gives you some of those. I don't know.
Well, and actually, even in the comics, I find that DC at times has had much more of that depth.
Yeah,
I mean, Marvel has its moments.
Yeah, Civil War was great.
Yeah, Civil War was fantastic. Yeah. But DC has had more of those individual moments where you go, this is a thing. Like, this can affect my thinking.
Well, even
like Lobo.
Even again, I think the latest X-Men movie was probably one of the better Marvel attempts at actually thought-provoking.
The First Class?
No, the Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that one.
It was good.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, movies that do time travel in any way sort of just make my brain hurt.
There's a little bit of that, but they tried not to like. I think what I liked about that film is they didn't like drive that point home too much. It was more about like the, I don't know. Again, another one about having faith in some aspect of humanity, like not faith is maybe a poor word, but trust, I guess. And that might prevail. And that's the only way they could really liberate themselves from some of their consequences.
Maybe that's why I still have faith in quotes in humanity is because of comic books. I know a lot of people are cynical about the future of mankind.
Exactly. That scene when Xavier's like young Xavier's being is talking to his future self, like that was one of the best scenes in the Marvel film I've ever seen. Like it was
actually that was a great scene.
Anyway,
it was brought to you by the fine folks at Sony.
At Sony, yes, one of the few things they're getting right in the comic world right now. They're going to reboot.
I was explaining to my kids what a great time they live in regards to television and movies, because when I was a kid, there wasn't this awesome level of comic book pop culture.
Right.
Does anybody remember Dolph Lundgren as Punisher?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, God.
So brutal.
Worst thing
exactly.
ever.
I think, the thing is...
Not that the subsequent
Punisher
not that
Thomas
movie.
Jane was much better.
Mind you, I had
and then the other reboot.
Well, if we're getting onto reboots, the Superman Batman movie, and this is what they call it. There's this thing I was reading, but Superman and Batman is a reboot of a sequel of a reboot, basically.
Also known as a pre-boot.
Pre-boot, yeah.
Pre-boot.
A reboot of a sequel of a
reboot.
It's not really a reboot.
I don't know what are they basing that on?
Well, the Superman, he's a reboot.
Sure.
It's a sequel for him.
Okay.
Of a reboot of Batman. Because that's a reboot as well.
But that Batman isn't connected.
That's
what makes it a reboot.
But none of it's not like if it's coming from the Dark Knight Returns series, then it's not a reboot.
It's a reboot like James Bond movies are reboots.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Same story, different guy.
Somebody missed the point, I think.
Well,
although
it
can't
doesn't read like a reboot of Batman, really.
No,
I know. This is based
if you've
on
read the
nothing
comics,
that I know.
If you've read the comics, it won't. Right? If you understand
what comics,
the verse.
ones where Batman and Superman fought.
No, the whole Dark Knight stuff.
Yeah,
which is what it's based off of.
And that I'm hoping. I mean, none of us really know yet.
That's what we're assuming.
But I'm hoping that when we see this movie, we'll just enjoy it as it's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
We won't be looking at it and analyzing it and seeing
by
it as
people that are blind and deaf.
I don't know. You know what? Yeah, no. I think it's gonna be
Ben Affleck.
Hey man, did you hear Jeremy Irons as Alfred? That was like some of the greatest.
That's awesome.
Holy crap!
That's another confluence that people are having some issues with too. It's going to be so busy because Ben Affleck's going to have to make the Batman character his own, so he'll need some time for that. They'll have to introduce a Batmobile because you can't be Batman without your gadgets.
He went without a Batmobile for a little while.
They'll have to introduce Alfred, the new Alfred. And if this is following the timeline from the last movie with Superman, Clark Kent just started at the Daily Planet, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to have to be that in there too, where he's just starting off and a little unsure what that's a lot for one fucking movie.
Hey man, I'll go back to Days of Future Past. Look at how many A-listers were in that and how many characters, and it never once felt like convoluted or stupid. Like it felt.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm just going to say it's going to take a whole lot to glue all that together. Especially if Ben Affleck's Batman.
Okay,
you just hate it because it's Ben Affleck.
That's just yeah. You know what?
No, it's just because he's not a good actor.
Hey, Gone Girl was one of his best performances I've ever seen, and that was pretty recent. So I really feel that maybe hopefully that will carry on.
Well, if he's doing romantic,
time's a charm.
I'm sure he's matured as an actor.
Gone Girl, he was like the subtle things he did in his performance were just unbelievable. Actually,
and what was he playing in Gone Girl?
He was playing, a little bit of a douche, a little bit of a.
So he's playing Ben Affleck.
He's playing himself
exactly
a little bit, but there was this dark edge underneath him that he portrayed sometimes.
This is what I did when they accused me of killing and hiding the body of my girlfriend.
Yeah. There is not a hooker in my family.
It was a real stretch.
Okay, so if he actually did that, then he could channel that energy into the Batman character. Batman has some dark secrets.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Right.
You're arguing for him now, not against him.
Yeah, that's right.
I was never arguing for anything.
Again, I hate to judge movies before I even see them, but I think that based on the trailer, I think the direction is good.
If you like the Brainstorm podcast and want to get more of it, you can go to patreon.com/brainstorm podcast for bonus material, early ad-free episodes, and a shout-out in the next episode. Special Brainstorm gear bonuses for different Patreon levels are available. You can get your own Brainstorm shirts, mugs, and lots more from cafepress.ca/brainstorm podcast gear. Thanks for your support.
We are given one life, full of billions of small and large decisions. To be somebody, to change, to be kind, to give hope, to become a better person, and to leave a lasting impact on this planet. It is a decision to be made every single day while your heart is still beating. We've made our decision. Absence of Clothing, atheist and science-based apparel and merchandise, donating 50% of our profits to charity. Look good and feel good, without God. Check us out at absenceofclothing.com and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest for discount codes and other sweet swag.
Use the code BRAINSTORM at absenceofclothing.com and get 10% off.
How about the new Star Wars trailer?
I think that looked pretty good too.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with it.
Yeah.
Did you see the video where they took Matthew McConaughey's little scene from Interstellar where he's bawling and tacked it onto the end?
No.
He's like, Han and Chewie are standing there and Harrison Ford says, Chewie, we're home.
Yeah.
And then they show Matthew McConaughey.
Did you guys see the one where it was just
Nice.
a reinterpretation of when that dude draws the sword and the cross guard comes out?
Right.
So dude pulls out his lightsaber, and then both swords just keep getting bigger and bigger and more complicated. It's just fucking
There's
hilarious.
a fantastic version of that trailer. It's like special edition George Lucas version.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
The
that is
million
awesome.
spaceships everywhere.
Yeah, the one scene where they show Millennium Falcon, suddenly there's like 1,000 TIE fighters. or the guy in the X-Wing dodges a laser in his head. It's just ridiculous.
But and you see, none of us are arguing against Star Trek or Star Wars
Well, of course not.
because we all know what to expect.
I don't know
what we would like to expect from it.
There's still got to be a cautious nervousness, like about the nerds
because of the first three.
Oh my god! Like, come on! Like,
Phantom Menace.
How pumped were you about that film when it came out? Like, everybody was pumped, and then it just destroyed everybody's soul.
It can't be worse
if they had one. But I think they don't anymore.
It can't be worse because if it is, it will destroy whatever company produces it. Right?
Well, Disney. It's Disney. Disney's infallible.
Because as collectively as everyone says those movies were bad, they still made disgusting amount of money.
Exactly.
But good,
disgusting amount of money.
Good and profitable aren't the same thing.
But to the Hollywood studio, profitable
is all that matters.
See, the thing was like the problem with the prequels when Lucas went in. See, when he made the first three movies, there is like, I don't know whether it's true or what, but because he wasn't the big star that he wasn't George Lucas, people could go like there's I don't know if it's true or just whatever, but supposedly Harrison Ford looked at George Lucas when they handed him his dialogue for Han Solo and went, George, you can write this shit, but you can't say this shit, and so they had to doctor the dialogue. And he didn't. I don't think he didn't direct all the movies.
No, just the first one.
Yeah, and so
he was executive producer on the other two.
Well, yeah. But that's just it. Is he was the creative idea behind it, but other people had their hands in it. Whereas in the first trilogy, no, he did whatever the hell he wanted. The one thing I was always disappointed in is that Mel Brooks didn't, when they were releasing all the special editions, Mel Brooks didn't release a special edition Spaceballs.
That would have been fantastic.
Just stupid scenes of just them all sitting around the catering table or something like that. Just random shit.
He would like take some of the cut footage and like add it, and even though it doesn't work and looks stupid.
Totally doesn't make any sense.
Totally out of order.
Yeah.
Throw in something from Blazing Saddles just for the hell of it.
In fact, I think Star Wars didn't get enough parodying over the new ones. Maybe because they are kind of parodies themselves. But
they needed
sort of like
almost,
picking on the slow kid.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You're always punching down if you're going to make fun of them. No one likes to see someone punch down.
But George is somewhere right now on a pile of money and hookers and blow.
Thing was, is, you know what? As much as we mock George Lucas, he does have certain amusing elements. Like, there was something I read online where I guess he was trying to create on his Skywalker ranch, he was going to do something for low income families, something about trying to create a job, but all the rich people around his ranch were up in arms that he was going to do this. He's like, well, you can't do that, because it has to be it's residential. It can be residential. And he's like, okay, fine. So he sold the land, converted it into low-income housing just to say fuck you to the other rich people. I'm like, bravo.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm sure the guy has done some good things. Like, as shitty as his art is, I don't know. I think.
I don't know much about the person that is George Lucas.
Yeah, he's pretty mysterious sometimes.
Personally, I think that's why he sold to Disney.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's just like, after all the shit and abuse he took because of the prequels, he just went, fine. You're going to pay me how many billions? Done.
Right.
He was a good sport about it sometimes on like late night television.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he'd show up and get made fun of, and he was cool with it.
That's good.
So I don't know. Yeah, and then religion sucks.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
I don't know. I think that could almost be a podcast. We should try to do something.
We should do a geek podcast.
Or it's like, well, you look at it because there's a lot of connections you can make between one fanaticism of different superheroes, different genres or whatever, and versus religion. You could compare the, There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff you could mine there, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Like those Star Trek guys who like actually have like academies and crews and positions and things like that, and they know like the technical manuals and the
Or the ones that have they do their own shows because they don't have enough Star Trek.
Actually, that's interesting.
Some of that fan sub is pretty good stuff.
There's a local filmmaker here. He had a screening recently, and it wasn't finished, but he filmed in one of these sets of like a fan show.
Is that right?
And it was super cool. Like the whole set was just really thought out, and
wow.
And the show itself, like they keep filming it, even though it's not like it's not a money thing, but you can watch it online, and
it's for them.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's like the original Star Trek, like they're like a different ship in the universe. And
that's awesome.
And then they're one of many, And then there's like this fan film he was showing us a trailer for. That's like multi-million-dollar budget and has like some actual actors. Like
I saw a trailer for one. Like there's one. It's like a fan film, and I'm pretty sure it had. I'm trying to remember who it was. The guy who played Tuvok from Voyager's in it.
Right.
Yep,
these fans do
awesome.
That. Yeah, you could like watch Star Trek fan films like for the rest of your life, basically online.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't get enough Star Trek. Some of them really suck, though.
Wow. Fanfic generally does kind of suck. But somehow they then turned them into like 50 Shades of Grey.
There was a Legend of Zelda movie that was fan fiction, and it's fucking pretty good. Like, it was in 3 parts, I think, on YouTube, and me and Sirik watched it. And
of course it was. Those would be the pieces of the Triforce.
Yes,
wow.
3 of them.
Was it ever good?
Did you see the Dragon Age one? It was a fan-made series.
I don't think I saw that one.
It was, I think it was on the Geek and Sundry YouTube channel.
Okay.
That what's the name of that redhead? Started off
Felicity Day.
That's her.
Felicia
Yes.
Day. Yeah, Felicia Day.
Or Felicia.
Felicia. Yeah.
My 5th wife.
Aren't you still on your first?
Yeah.
You just got him lined up.
I'm just waiting.
Oh, yeah. You're just waiting for the day you're sitting around and go, oh, there's number 2.
Yeah.
I knew she'd show up.
Come on in, Billy Crystal.
Yeah, why not?
Billy Crystal?
Yeah, I'm not judging, man.
You do what you want. It
That's
makes
true.
you happy.
I mean, he's got money.
Yeah, for sure.
You just take one.
Funny
for
guy.
Got to take one for the team for a few years.
Yeah, shit. Why not?
So, would you be gay just to make money? Is that pretend to be gay?
Yeah, no, I couldn't be gay.
Could you have sex with men for money, though?
I don't think so.
No?
Okay, now we're going back to the prostitution, human trafficking conversation.
Oh, this is an interview.
So have you trafficked before?
Yeah.
He's not answering.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you were talking to me.
Yeah. He was thinking to himself out loud.
Oh, shit. So what do we want to do now? We didn't really record us talking about Daredevil, but...
Daredevil's awesome.
Yeah.
Done.
Really good.
Yeah, it is. I said at supper, like Vincent D'Onofrio in Law and Order, I always thought he was a bit heavy-handed in his acting, but when it comes to being Kingpin, he was fucking dead on.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and there's
dead
so many different dimensions of that character too. He's
like,
a really deep character.
It's amazing. Like, I remember the Kingpin from like the Spider-Man comics. I never got into the Daredevil comics.
I mean, just a big fat white guy.
Yeah. And now it's got so much more depth.
Fatter
now that
Lex
it's
Luthor.
been,
Right.
yeah, kind of.
You know what else is
a morbidly obese Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And like I said at dinner, do you know what else is amazing about the whole Daredevil TV show? Who's not in it?
Well, that's as good a place for the music break as any. Yeah, I'm sure you can guess who Gumby is going to say isn't in Daredevil, and that's why it's good. But the music for this episode is from Saskatchewan. It's a band called Third Ion. According to their website, they're the product of a mutual love of prog, video games, and science. I recently got turned on to them by our sound guy, Dave, and in a conversation with one of the members, whichever one admins the Facebook page, he mentioned that he listens to Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson and is a huge fan of science. I really enjoyed this song and their whole album, which is available on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. I'll leave a bunch of links in the show notes, including their Facebook page, facebook.com/thirdion. Here's Zero Mass from their album 13/8-Bit.
Okay, shut up.
did Ben Affleck not sign something for you?
Batman is not in the Daredevil movie.
Yeah, Ben Affleck did not make an appearance in any way.
I'm just wondering what the personal animosity you have for Ben Affleck.
Here's the thing: I don't think you can blame Ben Affleck solely for Daredevil being bad. I mean,
that was bad.
It was just bad in every way. Come on, like the director was terrible. Probably I heard the director got vetoed a lot on that film. So
yeah, probably.
I think the producer is probably to blame.
The writing was bad. Colin Farrell was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I was going to say, Colin Farrell's got to shoulder a lot of blame there.
What the hell was that?
That was not Bullseye. That was not fucking Bullseye.
Miscasting of Kingpin.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like everything. about
Great
that
actor,
film.
but yeah. But that's just it. You should be able to look at it as an actor and go, no.
And then they pull up.
Honestly.
Pull up to your house with a dump truck full of money.
You tell me,
and go,
you tell me somebody offers you $multi-million to star in Daredevil. You're going to say no?
Well, I'm not, because I don't have
the
multi-millions
chops,
of dollars.
you know?
But if you were in that situation,
I don't have the chops.
If
I
I
just
already
can't
had
do
the-
it. I couldn't do it justice. I'm sorry, I have to turn you down.
If I already have
You
money,
have artistic integrity. Is that what you're fucking trying to say? Snap out of it. You take the money.
We'd all take the money.
because if you're
course you would.
already a famous actor, you can just go, no, I'm going to do this instead.
That's actually not true. That's
not
not true.
everybody's Johnny Depp.
If you know anything about Hollywood and you know how it works, if you say no once the wrong time, you're fucked. Like you can suddenly lose.
And if you say yes the right time, you're fucked.
It's true. It's both is true, right?
Yeah.
But I
so
mean,
saying no to that movie probably wouldn't fuck anybody's career.
It's never.
But then again,
But
then again, that's just it. Is if they came up to you and here's the dump truck full of money. Yes, you have to wear this. They probably don't even have the costume designed yet. Here's the script. You want it? Here's the money. Then there's a lot of stuff that shows up on set.
You don't know when that train's going to get cut off.
Yeah.
Like look at Michael Keaton. I think we just brought his name up earlier, but same kind of thing. Like he was an A-list actor doing all kinds of stuff, and then suddenly just tanked. And he's an A-list actor again. Finally.
I heard Birdman was pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you make it to A-list,
a really good fit.
You're already worth 50 million, 60 million, 20 million. Who cares?
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, you're no longer an A-list actor, and all you have to live on is $50 million.
This is true, but
but they don't. Nobody thinks that way.
Well,
That's not how.
First, you got your agent taking 10%.
Yeah.
Then you got the Church of Scientology taking another 20%.
Well, more like
it never
50, I
fucking
bet.
ends.
Yeah,
And then your first two ex-wives.
we could do a whole episode on Church of Scientology and Hollywood.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch
very
Going
interesting.
Clear one of these days.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then we can MST3K. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Riff tracks.
Riff tracks. Yeah. Going Clear.
But yeah, no, the film
That'll be
industry
good.
isn't as clear cut as sometimes as it looks. It's actually fairly tough. But
I think if you're an actor, don't you want people to want you to play in roles? So if you look at this piece of shit in front of you and go, "Wow, this script is terrible,"
but maybe
is horrible.
No, maybe the script was actually good though, and then by the time they get to shooting, the revisions
And sometimes
that happens too.
Sometimes they just make bad choices. Look at Halle Berry, because made some pretty good movies, and then she also made Catwoman.
That was
Have you watched that movie with the sound off?
Is there any other way to watch it?
See, virtually anything.
The whole problem
for audio. It's great.
The whole problem with this argument, though, is
are your pants off as well?
It's almost mandatory.
Who wears pants at home?
I don't know about it.
Yeah. No, the whole problem with this argument is the fact that it can only be one-sided. We can only look and say at what people did wrong, or how things they've starred in or acted in that was crap. We can't look at the things that they turned down that would have been crap. We can't see what they did right by not doing things, only what they've done wrong.
I think in a lot of cases, like you
Will
probably
Smith
look at,
in The Matrix. That would have been fucking terrible.
That would have been fucking terrible. Wow,
Welcome to
that
Earth.
was a thing.
No, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
That would have
Sean
been
Connery
really
was
horrible.
offered Gandalf for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, no.
I'm not kidding you. He turned it down because he didn't understand the book.
Wow.
You shall not pass.
That would have been so fucking great.
That's the worst. Oh my god.
Like, I mean, that's
Shock my cock.
You shall not pass.
you shall not pass.
Fuck you, Trebek.
Fuck you, Saruman.
I mean, I think what's happening now
and that's the same argument. Like Will Smith in The Matrix. That just sounds like the stupidest thing ever. Because we've already seen what not Will Smith in The Matrix was. If we had
It's
only
really too
seen
bad
Will
they
Smith in
only
Matrix.
made one of those, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, some sequels
But I
to
think
that
the
would have
thing
been
is,
really
It's a
good.
prequel.
The thing is because we've had so
Jar
many
Jars.
good comic book movies, that's why we look back and see how fucking terrible some of these ones are.
Like every Superman movie.
The originals.
Christopher Reeve
Terrible.
was fucking awesome.
At the time?
That's classic movies. Like
Well,
that's
have you seen Superman 4: The Quest for
that
Peace?
one,
that one was
not so
garbage.
classic.
Or even the one before that with Richard Pryor.
That was the stupidest thing ever.
total dog shit.
But the first two,
But it
were
had Richard
unadulterated
Pryor.
dog shit. Yeah.
it was the first time that people believed the man could fly.
How about
on
the
screen.
first Batman movie?
Good. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, there's a shark. Let's climb this rope.
Oh, that one.
Oh, Robin, good. I'm glad you have the bat shark
Bat
away.
repellent.
The shark
that is
repellent.
well, only if it's properly labeled.
Yeah.
But that movie, they were aware of their own like satire in those.
Yeah,
in that
no,
series.
But I mean, I think
that's right.
I think what's
They were
good
trying
now
to be edgy.
is that
no.
you have these movies are being
Dark
made.
wasn't a thing,
But
then.
somehow, I forget the name of the guy who played the Joker in that series.
Jack, no, not Jack.
No, Caesar Romero.
Caesar Romero.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Somehow, he ended up becoming like the iconic fucking Joker.
Yeah, he was great.
As far as, someone portraying him in a live action sense was
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Like Jack Nicholson in the first Batman movie.
Oh.
He was clearly fucking heavily influenced by
Yeah, for
Romero's
sure,
fucking
yeah.
Joker, right?
Oh yeah, he was groundbreaking in that way for sure.
But I think what thing is what they're doing now, which I think is why a lot of these movies are working, the TV shows are working. They're actually being good. Is that they're actually using people that know comic books, work in comic books. They understand comic books. Where before it was all just,
oh well, let's just do this.
Except for the actors. Except for the
well,
actors.
but some of the actors.
Some of them.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was when
okay, let's
Picard-
leave Ben Affleck out
No,
of this
no, no.
conversation.
No.
Okay, we're
And
done
George
with
Clooney.
Ben Affleck.
No
More
George
Ben
Clooney.
Affleck.
Picard.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
When they approached him to be Prof X, they showed him a comic. He's like, "What am I doing on the cover of a comic book?"
Well, yeah, because he kind of
Right.
looks like
Read
him.
it.
Like, obviously, he's the perfect guy for that part.
Yeah.
but like a lot of them have never.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
that's
in production, if you have people that know, then you can work with the actors. That's
because that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, like
on-
obviously, like with the Dungeons and Dragons movie,
fuck, yeah.
none of them had ever played D&D.
Marlon Wayans.
but like you have like with the Arrow and
Sorry, Raz.
the
Sorry, bring
Flash.
that back. I should have thrown out one of those warnings, like
a trigger warning.
a trigger warning.
This is a traumatic event in Raz's life.
Straight out of a fucking seizure.
But you have like on the like Arrow and the Flash or what they have Jeff Johns overlooking it. You have one guy overlooking all the Marvel movies, like so that making sure that they are somewhat consistent. Whereas before it was, we need a director, we got producers, we need some schmuck to write it, like, and they didn't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and in Marvel, obviously, you have Stan Lee there, right? And that's
I don't know how much he really has to do with it.
I'm pretty sure he has sweet fuck all to do with day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
When's my next cameo?
And where's my next big ass motherfucking check?
Key and Peele has a good Stan Lee skit.
Yeah,
sometimes.
they had a
It's
really
hilarious.
good one. Yeah,
I'll show you.
goes in with the new idea.
New idea. It's just awful.
Oh, that's great, Stan. That's an awesome idea. Yeah.
Marvel's doing it right though by I knock on Marvel sometimes just because Marvel people knock on DC, but I like Marvel movies. I mean, they're okay, but
It's okay if you like that sort of thing.
No, they're entertaining enough.
they're okay if you don't like Ben Affleck.
Shut up. No, but I mean that they're doing it right by the studio. They have their own studio, right? Their own their own production studio, and yeah, they're partnered with
sort of.
Well, sort of, but I mean, like they have a lot more control the way they have it set up compared to like.
Well, didn't they just buy back Spider-Man from Sony?
It's like a buyback.
again,
it's
it's
like
sort
a,
of.
They
Yeah.
it's a kind of a weird lease agreement.
it's
with
like a lease
Sony.
agreement, exactly.
With Sony.
Yeah.
Well, and like
They're subletting Spider-Man.
They're subletting him.
Agents of
human trafficking Spider-Man.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is pretty good. Except they can't talk about mutants. They can't use the word mutants.
Yeah, it's the same as like Gotham, right? They can't say Batman.
Yeah, that's weird, eh?
Yeah.
Well, it's because...
Which I know, Dave, you're a big fan. That's why I can't.
It's so good.
It's such a well-written show. It's so fucking well-written.
To me, it hasn't hooked me because it's a Batman show without Batman.
Yeah, some people say that.
Well, stop thinking of it as a Batman show because it's
That's
not.
right.
Well, stop thinking of Ben Affleck.
I only thought of Ben Affleck.
You're the one who keeps fucking bringing him up.
Yeah, and the only time I thought of Ben Affleck was in movies that he was in. Gotham is a crime drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got some characters that you might recognize.
Well, they always give you the
lots.
nod and the wink and Easter eggs and shit.
Yeah, which is enough for your average fan, I think.
Yeah.
But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the reason they can't use the word mutants and they can't talk about any
Fox.
Somebody else owns
Yeah,
it.
but
Because they don't
full well
own
in
it.
Gotham
Fox.
at some point it's going to be. There's some who say it was the man bat.
Well, if the show ever did get successful enough and lasted long enough, maybe there would be something later. But
Yeah.
I don't know that it will be that successful. I give it a few seasons, I think.
Well, it's not even airing on a major network, is it?
Well, Fox, but I don't know if I can.
It depends.
Yeah,
on your
Fox only owns the rights to the longest running show in history.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess
Which
it's kind of
needs
a
to
thing.
stop. It just needs to stop.
Yeah, Simpsons need to die.
Just, guys, it's not funny.
I don't know. I think it was season 26.
That's episode 15.
They had an episode where
Mark,
it was like
come
Lego.
over
and
here.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Minecraft Simpsons.
I don't know that one.
It has its moments. It does, but it's
Bart's not 8 years old.
Not anymore.
It's no South Park.
He's 34.
South Park is still funny after all these years. Like there's still so much going on in that show.
But that's because South
Yeah.
Park's edgy.
Yeah, well, it's edgy, I guess. Yeah, I'd say by modern standards, it's not really edgy. Everything's kind of like that now.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever watched South Park Uncensored?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, just a quick break to talk about our sponsor, Audible.com. Audible.com is offering listeners of Brainstorm a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial membership. Membership gives you reduced prices on over 150,000 titles for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player, and membership costs $14.95 a month after the first free month. I've been listening to lots of books lately. I listened to Attack of the Theocrats by Sean Faircloth, Sex and God by Dr. Daryl Ray, Heretic by Ayaan Hirsi Ali, and I downloaded 3 new ones just the other day. If you're a gold member, you can get 3 books for around $35, and I've done that a few times now. For your 30-day free trial membership and free audiobook download, go to audibletrial.com/brainstorm. It's audibletrial.com/brainstorm. I'd also like to tell you about reasonistproducts.com. T-shirts and hoodies with science, reason, and atheist themes. They've got great prices and offer a buy one, get one free with the coupon code BRAINSTORM. One lucky listener can get a free t-shirt by tweeting the word brainstorm to the Reasonist Products Twitter account. That's at Reasonist, PRDCTS. Go check out their website, reasonistproducts.com.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they just don't give a fuck.
They give zero fucks.
Zero fucks.
Which is good.
And it's glorious to watch.
Yeah. Because they can just do
people
whatever they
do
want.
not fucking care.
We're
If you
making
find it offensive, all too fucking bad.
Yeah.
And they insult and piss off everybody.
Yeah.
Even Mormons.
They're equal opportunity cunts.
Even
It's great.
Mormons.
Yeah.
By making a movie about cannibalistic Mormons.
But not Muhammad.
And
so
making a
good.
movie about it.
They tried. They tried.
Don't forget their stage
Cannibal,
show,
the
book-
musical.
Don't
I
forget.
haven't seen
Don't
that.
forget the Book of Mormon, the musical.
Yep.
I would love to see that.
I was
would love
told
to
it's
see that.
glorious.
That
It is.
hasn't been put out on DVD or anything yet, has
No,
it?
I don't think so. But I guess a couple people I know, they went and saw it in Calgary, and they said it was fucking awesome.
I've heard it's really good. But
gloriously
Actually,
awesome.
apparently Mormons themselves quite often enjoy it. Like they think it's like a good satire of
yeah,
themselves.
they're idiots.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
The only Mormon I know really well spent years and finally got himself excommunicated from the Mormon church.
Then again,
That's insane.
Hey,
The only Mormon I
four
know-
wives. Do you have 4 wives?
Unfriended me.
Too smart. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Mormon.
Oh.
Yeah.
She
She's a
married.
person.
Another name drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She unfriended me because I'm me.
You're the devil.
You know, I might have got unfriended by fucking association then.
Yeah, well,
Did
maybe.
you threaten to decapitate her?
No.
Cut her tits
Offer.
Okay.
Yeah. When
You're
you're dealing
planning on
with
being
people on
humane
that,
about her.
yeah.
Threatening's bad. Offering is a gesture.
When you're dealing with people on that level, it's an offer. No.
If you'd like, I could come over.
If you're into that sort of thing.
When it's convenient, cut off your head, shove it in your throat, cut off your hips.
Yeah, it's no bother to me. I have no morals.
Exactly.
Because I don't have anything to worry about. Like, God doesn't love me anyway.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How is it we started off? How does this work? We actually started off on comic books and not serious topic, and yet we come to serious topic. But yet when
It's
we
called
start with
conversational
serious,
flow.
and then we go fucking ridiculous.
This is just where we are.
Yeah.
This is just who we.
I blame Ben Affleck.
It's his fucking fault. High five. Nice.
Word to your mother.
There's the title of the podcast.
Word to your mother.
No, I blame Ben Affleck.
Fuck Ben Affleck. I blame Ben Affleck. I'll have to listen to
Is
it.
he?
And see.
Does he have religious affiliation, Ben Affleck? Is he? I wonder if he's a.
I'm not sure what he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he sure seemed to stick up for Islam on Bill Maher's
that's
show.
right. That's right. This
Yeah,
is
he went all social justice warrior up on their ass. It was fucking something to see. Who was
right.
it? It was Bill Maher, and who was the other guy that was Sam Harris?
Sam Harris. Yeah.
It was, they're both saying that Islam is a religion of violence, and Ben Affleck took exception to that.
But not in a very good way. Like he didn't even really have arguments. He just kind of got emotional.
Yeah, that's just it.
That's
Like he
the
didn't
thing. It's like if you're gonna have exception, discuss it then.
present points.
Fucking
Just
Muslims
refute.
are people too.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah,
one's saying they're not.
We know they're people.
It's
What
their
we're saying.
beliefs that are fucking whack.
We need to discuss this in a sense.
Yeah.
Your Islamophobia is making me sick.
Can we create a new term like atheismophobia?
Atheismophobia?
Could that be a term?
That sounds like a term to me.
Atheismophobia.
It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it could be a term.
Yeah, well, not really going to catch on, but
Yeah.
you have a fear of atheists.
Some people do, though.
It's true because we're going to cut.
They're going to cut their heads off.
Apparently, cut off their junk.
junk.
Rape their daughters.
Rape daughters.
I haven't done that
Why are you
ever.
taking notes?
I haven't done that ever.
Well, since juvenile records are sealed, neither have I.
I must be doing something wrong.
Nothing's been found, so neither have I.
Cops are stupid.
Two people can keep a secret if one of them's dead.
Okay, if the NSA is listening, which you probably are,
More
Yeah.
movie cliches.
LC-51, we're all fucked.
If the NSA is listening,
Yeah,
fuck
no
you.
shit.
Yeah.
We are fucked.
You are all fucked.
These are all jokes. Except when they're not.
I'm the brown guy. I'm the one they're actually going to cut.
Yeah, they'll hold up the little
That's
skin
true.
tone card. Look at each of us. Okay.
Okay. Everybody just stay out of the sun for a while.
We just got to hang out with Dave more. We're fine.
Yeah, I could be your buffer.
So what we need to do is find the backup Dave. Because we can't have a time
And
without
let the cops fire 7 warning shots into his back.
oops, I thought it was my taser.
Blam, 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 blam. He stole my taser. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just don't fucking shoot me.
Oh, we laughed, but that was fucking sick, man.
It was.
Wasn't
yeah.
it?
Holy
It was
God.
fucking
Was it
insane.
ever brutal?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that too soon? Did she?
Well, no, I don't. I think it still counts. I think it still works. But yeah, no. Well,
it was because there was that, and then there was that
Tragedy
old
plus
guy that
timing.
did the exact same fucking thing. So.
Yeah.
And every day there's one more story.
It
Every
seems like,
fucking
isn't
day.
it? Like
There's
every
tons.
single day.
Yeah.
Well, and
there
the militarization of the fucking American police, that's fucking
Well, that's alarming.
insane.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
and it's still
But there's
fucking
something like
freaking
at the end of March, there had been 298 people killed by police in the States.
951 a year.
Yeah.
951. That means there's. I was just watching something.
It's like 3 a day.
There's more people killed by police than there is by terrorists.
Huh.
In the U.S.
Well, of course. Yeah, no, I think I was reading the same thing. It's all about wagging the dog at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
but
That's all it is.
the ones the cops are killing are all bad people
Yeah, because they're not all white.
All of them.
Obviously.
because most of them aren't white.
Some of those,
I think that's how that works.
some of those
right?
pot smoking dudes they killed. Those guys are real criminals.
Yeah.
That's why
right.
we need a
Did
backup
they actually
Dave.
fucking kill some people for smoking pot?
No, I'm just saying, because that is a big thing in the States. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you can, like, some of those guys are just low level, like, pot dealers
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
for
and it's
sure.
just
Yeah,
like,
right.
Come on, guys. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
you know how they think that the police here have like just can't brain today. They need to get a certain number
I
of
think you'd
tickets.
be used to that by now.
I know. It's sad. Where police here, we think they have a quota for tickets. They have to give out so many tickets.
Oh, do they have quotas here? I don't know.
No, that's a thought. A lot of people think that there's a quota for tickets. Right?
Is there?
I think it's bullshit.
I
but,
think that's more of a thing in the States.
But
Yeah.
we do
Where
have
they
police.
get their funding
the police
directly from
departments
it.
do have police associations here, and I used to work for them, and they're corrupt as fuck too.
Oh, how
The police
so?
association. So when I was running, remember the phone thing?
Yep,
Wait,
yep.
are you going to get whacked for this?
No,
Probably.
I used to
Definitely.
manage
I'll turn it
a
off
company that does fundraising for police and fire departments, right? And we would call people, get donations to get like a child safety handbook published.
Right.
And we're in a place like, say, the size of Weyburn, we would say that there'd be 5,000 copies printed. There'd be like 300 copies printed, or 400, whatever. But of all the money raised, 25% of the money in cash went directly to the police association of that city.
Okay.
And that's everywhere. Now, with these drives, that doesn't sound like a lot, but there were weeks where, and not in Weyburn, but when I was in, say, Toronto, where my office, an office of 20 people, was pulling in, 50 or 60 grand in a week. In the States, judges have quotas. They do. Because all of the prisons in the States are public, or they're for profit. They're owned by
Not all of
corporations.
them.
Not all.
Not all of them,
a
yeah.
good number of them.
States have a lot of
So
variations.
that's why you have a lot of people getting sent to jail for minor shit. Because and this is actually just me thinking it, but I'm pretty sure the judges are getting paid off. Like, why not?
Some of them might be, yeah.
Like, why wouldn't the prison want max population at all times or higher?
Yeah.
Well, there was that one judge. He was in youth court. This is, I'm not sure exactly how long ago it was. It was a while ago, though. He's presiding over cases with youth in the U.S. He was actually getting paid by private prisons to fucking hand in guilty verdicts. There's a giant fucking scandal over it, and he went to jail. Like,
Yeah, he
went bad.
He's the follow guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He'll take
who's-
one for the team.
But I'm sure he was the only one
That was
did
it.
that with.
Just
right?
like that
And
never
what
happens
about
with
the
police.
the private prison company. Well, yeah, you're going to put them in their own jail? Oh, I guess we'll just let them go.
Yeah.
They never got fucking nailed to the cross over it, as
Yeah.
far as I know. Maybe they got fined.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they're not corrupt, the judges.
But to quote
they're just doing
Annihilator, what's a
business.
dime to a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's the same with the police. The police are probably, some of them are getting paid off the same way, trying to
Well, how
arrest as
not?
many people.
Oh, yeah.
Or the bus. Oh, look, there's 10
3.
keys.
What do we need to charge this guy?
Yeah.
1 kilo.
Yeah. I gotta go home. My kid's sick. I'm just going to take this bag with me.
No, it's yeah. There's no easy answer to all this stuff because it's this is why I like to go back to our comic discussion. This is why I like the Dark Knight trilogy so much, is because some of those themes are prevalent, like the idea that, well, if you go within the system, there's so many different like gags and binding things that you can't, like, you just can't reform it. Eventually you have to go outside of it to do things, and I don't know, like, yeah, because how do you reform a system that's so corrupt by the people who are running it?
You call Bruce Willis.
Well, you call Batman. This is the thing. This is what we just need to get one billionaire pissed off enough so he'll do Batman. Somebody murder somebody's parents.
Could you see Bill Gates in some sort of Superman outfit? Or
no, but I can see
gear?
What's his name that owns Virgin Air doing that.
What's
Branson?
Yeah,
there's like 100 or 1,000 billionaires in the U.S. and none of them has decided to be Batman yet.
Yeah,
fuck that. Fuck. No. If we're going that way, fuck Batman. None of them have decided to be Tony Stark.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, Tony Stark.
Well, Mitt Romney had an idea or two, but
yeah. Oh, jeez.
And what we were talking about, and that's another Tim Minchin kind of quote. Once a person or a group gets beyond reproach and get powerful, they steer unerringly towards corruption. It's unavoidable.
Like priests.
Yeah, priests. Or we were talking about judges handing down guilty sentences so they get paid off by the prison system.
Yeah.
And I brought it back around to the comic discussion because the DC films discuss these types of issues. So this whole thing you're talking about, the power corrupting absolutely stuff and yada yada. The Superman Batman trailer actually had that something about that in there. So I think they're going to talk about that topic. So
actually,
you might just enjoy this.
You're fishing really hard.
You might just enjoy this.
Actually, Daredevil had some of those themes in it as well.
Yeah. So, yeah,
the movie.
No, the
series.
Okay, I was going to say that movie had no themes in it.
No, Daredevil the series from Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not arguing against DC shows. I like both of them.
You're a liar.
There's
TV shows?
There's three of them.
Maybe you like some of the TV shows.
That's what I said. Shows.
You do not like DC.
I said shows. I specifically said shows. I don't dislike.
Shows?
There's Arrow. There's Flash. There's
Gotham. Yeah.
Gotham. Flash is good too.
And there was Constantine, which is kind of
too bad that's
canceled. Right?
Yeah, it's all canceled.
Cancel.
Hellblazer, or whatever it was.
How much does that suck when you're the star of a show and you hear after the second episode it's getting canceled and you still have to do 4 more or 5 more episodes?
Yeah, well,
and the premise was so good for that show.
Well,
too.
it is good, but it's in a niche that's already filled. Supernatural already
Supernatural's
fills that
done
niche.
now. Supernatural is done. It'll be the last season.
Are you sure?
Nah, they just signed on for another 11th season.
Really?
That's what I read.
Son of a
wow,
bitch.
because season 10's really sucking.
Is it? I've been avoiding
I watched the
it.
first couple episodes.
Season 9 was still good.
Yes. Where season 8 kind of sucked.
But they were supposed to end at 6.
Yeah, true. Well, 5 was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a 5-season show.
Yeah, the series was designed originally for 5.
Yeah.
Season 7 was searching for season 6. Hey, now we're gonna make these guys flip tops and make their mouths open really big, and the angel's going to be a demon.
So we need something that angels can't kill.
Let's kill Bobby.
What? Yeah, let's kill a main character.
Spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Supernatural,
in case you don't have
yet.
Netflix.
All right. Here's something against spoiler alerts. People that haven't watched the show that's been out for 5 years.
Too bad.
Fuck you. It's not a spoiler.
That'd be like someone saying, making a, you're not my father joke.
Hey,
I haven't watched
Spoiler
Star Wars.
alert,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but what if you have a young child who is 4 years old and you want him to not know that Darth Vader is Luke's father?
If your
Until
4-year-old
he
child
finds
is
out for
listening
himself.
to this podcast, you are a bad parent.
You can't control everything they do.
Actually, that's for sure. My son listens to this when he's at his mother's house.
Awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old is he?
11.
Is there some tactic behind that, or is it just?
I don't know what's going on. Why he does that? But
Okay, so it's
Does
his
he like
son
the show?
doing it.
yeah.
Does your ex know that what he's listening to?
Possibly not. It's on their phone. The kids have a
Okay.
phone they share, and
Okay.
it's connected to my iPod account,
Gotcha.
iTunes account. But
What does he say about the show? Coming from a fresh 11-year-old mind.
he
You
just
guys
likes hearing his
swear
dad.
alert.
He just likes hearing his dad.
You guys curse a lot.
And that's where I'm going to end this episode. There's one part left in this recording session, and honestly, I think the third part is the most substantive, so keep an eye out for it. I hope you enjoyed listening to us geek out a little bit. This week's podcast shoutout goes to a podcast that I really enjoy and is related to the geekish content that we talked about in this episode. iFanboy is a podcast about comics. They read them, they talk about them, and they know more about comics than any group of people I've heard before. According to their website, their mission is simple. They like comic books and they like talking about comic books. Whether it's examining notable comic book runs or a hidden gem of a trade paperback, attending conventions and interviewing comic book luminaries, or just talking about whatever is interesting in the industry. iFanboy has the world of comic books covered. You can find them on iTunes or Stitcher and follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Just type iFanboy into the search engine. I also want to talk about the non-conference in Kitchener, Ontario. Tickets are available at www.thenon-conference.com, and it's happening on August 21st, with speakers like Lawrence Krauss, Armin Navabi, Christina Shelska, and Stephanie Gatormson. It's sure to be well worth the price of admission and travel. I'll post the link to the Facebook event page in the show notes, hopefully before it's sold out. And lastly, I wanted to talk about a new Facebook page, Atheist and Skeptic Podcasts. A great page where you'll be able to keep up to date with all your favorite podcasts from the skeptic and atheist community. Everything from Atheists on Air, to Atheists in the Trailer Park, to Atheist Nomads, to Brainstorm. I also encourage my fellow podcasters to join the Atheist and Skeptic Podcasters group. You should be able to find it through the Facebook search engine. As usual, all the relevant links will be in the show notes at brainstormblog.net eventually. If you want to keep up to date with the show, come on over and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/brainstormpodcast or follow us on Twitter at brainstormpod. This show was recorded in Roman Empire Studios with intro music provided by Dave Roman. For ad-free episodes and extra content, keep an eye on our Patreon feed. Just go to patreon.com/brainstormpodcast and become a patron for just $1 an episode. I'll produce ad-free episodes when we reach 5 patrons. Any new patrons get a shout-out in the next episode, and when we reach 10 patrons, I'll go back and start producing bonus content. As usual, I'll mention that we're only doing one episode a month. I'm putting out in multiple parts here so that there's still some content coming out. But if we can reach $100 an episode, then we can go back to recording every 2 weeks. If you can't afford to help us out on Patreon, go to iTunes or Stitcher and give us a rating and write a review. Or you can go buy Brainstorm Podcast gear from cafepress.ca/Brainstorm Podcast gear. Or just go to our website and click on the Cafe Press link. And remember to send us pics of you wearing your Brainstorm gear, or drinking out of your Brainstorm mug if you happen to pick one of those up. And we'll throw them up on the listener page. We want to know what you love and hate about the show, so if you've got any comments, criticism, praise, accolades, corrections, mail us at mail@brainstormblog.net, or go to the website and click the Contact tab. We will respond to your email. Hope you enjoyed listening to us. Have a good one, and see you next time.
Marijuana?
Oh, shit.
It's like a horse lizard.
Yeah, that won't make it in.
Yeah, probably
Dead
not, eh?
silence.
I'll have to cut a section there.
So is this the part? Is this the part of the night where we totally give up on the whole train thing and just go geek?
Wait, no, we're supposed to be arguing about religion and stuff, not about fictional characters with superpowers.
No. You're doing the wrong thing right now.
Well, you do it then.
Bruce.
You can post a link to it in the show notes.
The guy that was running it happened to have some other stuff too.
Yeah, that was a good gig.
That stuff was good.
What kind of stuff?
It's brown and comes in a brick.
Is it okay to say that?
Probably not.
I think there's got to be a statute of limitations and stuff, and who cares if we smoked fucking hash
a long time ago,
20-some years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
It was really good hash.
We just wanted to say thanks to everyone who listens to us, shares the show, gives us a rating on iTunes or Stitcher, or supports us through Patreon and Gumroad. We don't have a lot of interaction sometimes with our listeners, but what we have had proves that we attract some of the best people around. Smart, kind, and cool. An audience truly worthy of the titles hardcore and woo-free. Thanks for helping us make the world a smarter place.
This is an opinion-based podcast. Each person on the podcast is responsible for their own opinions, and those opinions don't necessarily reflect the views of the rest of the panel. Any guests or anyone associated with the people on the podcast, such as spouses, partners, children, other family members, friends, or employers. No one person speaks for the podcast with the possible exception of Corey, and he doesn't speak for anyone else on the show. The Brainstorm podcast does not represent the views of our sponsors.